Hello world, Justin Tucker once again, plowing forward with this video tutorial series on the Drupal 7 convention and membership website. So in this video, what I primarily want to do is kind of work on this piece here to where I can get links that promise me to, when I click them, I can add unique information to this conference and it understands it's a part of this conference. Not only does this make it easy to add things administratively to a conference, but it also by design makes sure that it's already pre-organized just by how it gets entered. So by now you've probably watched a lot of videos of a lot of screens, button clicking, label making, typing, and I think in this video hopefully things will start to kind of come together conceptually as to all these components that we've made and built and added fields to. I hope this will be the start of kind of getting those things together. So modules that we activated earlier were Page Manager and Panels. And these are two modules that I absolutely love. And what we're going to do here, basically, I mean, gosh, Pages is a deep subject. Basically, what we're going to use it for is this path, node / node. So this is saying that whatever the node ID is, that basically whenever we're accessing a page, okay, that there's this system page, okay, and this gets confusing because Drupal calls these pages, all right, and users want to call these pages, all right, and I think both are correct. Drupal technically calls these nodes, or instances of content types, but they're effectively pages that show on the web. These are pages as well, but they mean something totally different in the context of the module of Page Manager and Panels. So we'll just kind of dive right in. Again, what we're going to be wanting to enable here is the node / node. We're going to want to enable this. And now we can go and edit it. So I want to add a new variant, and I'm going to call this a registration event layout. I'm going to make this of type panel, and we're going to give it a selection rule, because what I'm wanting to say here is that whenever the user is on a node of bundle type registration event. So if they're on a page of type or a content type of registration event, okay, then I want whatever I'm about to do next to take control of the page. And this is maybe makes more sense as to why this is called pages. Maybe not. So we'll continue here. Under builders, okay, there's a module I definitely want to have. Hang on, let me go grab it. Panels extra layouts, and this gives you all these different types of layouts, and they're responsive. I'm going to go ahead and just choose one column for now. We'll come back and change this. We're still just kind of going through the configuration screens. This is where you can really get creative. This is a performance boost here if you can disable blocks and regions. This doesn't always work well depending on how you built out other sections. I usually leave this unchecked, but it is quicker if it is checked. You can also do some creative things with CSS and add new classes, remove, add new body classes, add CSS code straight in here. It's better if you use a CSS file, but a little bit is not a bad thing here. And again, we're just following steps here. And this is kind of where some of the magic starts to happen. So this little gearbox in this interface allows us to add content. And off to the left here, it basically says, okay, well, what kind of content do you want to add? And we're going to be using a lot of views here in some coming tutorials. This is how we could add in the token values of the actual fields that belong on the content type of registration event. If you think about it, these are the fields that we added in another video. So in this case, we're going to choose entity, and we're going to say the rendered node. So what that means is basically, hey, if I go to a content type registration event, show me what? Well, just show me whatever the content is supposed to be. Now, that might feel very redundant. Oh, let me finish this here. That might feel very redundant because you'll say, well, isn't that exactly what happened when we made this page, right? Okay, I go to it, it's of type registration event, and it shows itself. And here I am activating all this stuff, basically telling it to do exactly that. Yes, that is redundant, but the reason we need this is for this next part under the entity reference, create pre-populate links. These show up because in the content types, I'm just going to choose this for example. Hotel and lodging should show up here, and it does. And the reason it shows up is because, again, in this entity reference field, we chose this entity pre-populate checkbox. And so essentially I'm going to check all of these, or actually if left empty, all possible content types are shown. And this gives me the option to override title. I think it will say create content, but let's just see what the effect of this is. I'm going to scoot this above, and I'm going to hit create variant. Now you got to watch it on this. You kind of have this two-step dance of update and save, and I always do it twice just because I'm OCD, and I'll do it a third time. So basically we just created something that is going to hijack any node of bundle type registration event. So effectively that means this page here, okay, that I had opened in a previous window. If I go and look at that page now, much different. So you notice no links, links, no links, links. Cool. So under the content create links, this is what I was talking about in other videos about now when I click on any one of these, this is going to be specific content that gets attached to this particular event, whether it be sub-events, maybe again this could double as a schedule, whether it be hotel lodging information, meeting and minutes, a photo gallery, registration event material, or a registration product display. So this would be the actual product display for creating the product that would be the ticket effectively. In order to extend this into t-shirts and the other product types that we created, meals, membership, shirts, I'm actually going to eventually have to create new content types that say shirt product display and membership product display. In some of those I might not have to, but I'm going to anyway just to keep it organized. Again, as we discussed in another video, what that allows me to do is in the manage display, assign to this reference product a particular line item type that really drives some unique behavior with shopping carts. So now that I've got this effect, I can start to add things that belong to this conference. So first thing I'll try is hotel. Let's see. I think what is it? Embassy Suites. Okay, C. Sure. So we'll just say Embassy Suites. I don't know. I guess we could. Well, It's a little too far. We can add their logo if we want to, but I'm just going to put in their actual address. So we've got some real information. The other reason we're using the address field, and I haven't mentioned this before, is it ties into maps. So this address here will tie into maps with the right module. Contact number. Add another and just put their fax to demonstrate this. And then we'll say, yep, here is their, or a link to their site. And you'll notice that this is automatically filled in for us to the conference that we clicked it from, and that's kind of what those links did. And that is very special. So once we hit save, that is now part of this conference. Now you're saying, okay, well, where did that go? And that is going to be another video, because now we have to create view displays that actually brings in hotel and lodging as we want to. And that is a little bit more work, but it also gives us incredible flexibility on how and where we want to echo that information. That lesson is going to hold for the rest of it. Meetings and minutes, if that is even a thing that belongs here. Photo gallery, probably most certainly at some point. Sorry about my ugly poison ivy face there. Let's just see if I've got any... Okay, so here's kind of some kayaking images of us having fun. And I don't think I made that field a multiple upload. Let's go do that. Photo gallery, manage images. Yeah. Under widget type, multi-upload. Okay, so let's go back. Sorry about that. Oh, and yeah, by the way, there's our Embassy Suite. So it did add to the database, and it is part of this. We just, in another video, are going to create the mechanism and the view that will bring that together. So if we go here and fill out photo gallery, test gallery for the 2018 event, we will grab some kayaking pictures, and now I can grab multiple, and that's kind of what's important. So we'll upload those 7. There they are. And again, it's proof that this understands it's part of this conference, or this node, or this page is this right here. And this all happens through the URL, but the important thing is that you can see it here. All the same, if there was more than one in the system, you could take this out and start to type in the name of it and bring it up and select that. So we're going to go ahead and save that, and pretty much what we've done now is added a hotel and lodging and a photo gallery that belong to this conference. Now again, I know it doesn't feel correct yet, because you're saying, well, where is that information? It needs to show on this page. So that is what we're going to dive into next, but that kind of gets us into panels. Why the entity reference pre-populate checkbox is important on the fields in the content types, and we can always go in and edit this panel. So because I added the panel's extra layout, I'm going to come in here and choose Panoply and just choose boxed in here. And the reason I like these is because they're responsive by default, whereas the other ones are not. So update and save. And now it says this page has been saved. Now you need to go to the content. If there's any changes, like left and right sidebars, there's not. And we can kind of leave all this the same. I just always click update and save twice because I do. Okay, and that kind of concludes this video. What we showed was how all these other content types we've made now have some understanding of what event they belong to, and that we can click these things and get a focused form that has the fields on it that we need, That's funny. This doesn't have a file upload field. Well, I'm just discovering all sorts of stuff. So, event material. Oh, okay. Let's add a file upload. Yeah, let's get all those in there. And this is going to be registration event material. Okay, sorry about that. Let me go back to what I was saying. Yeah, we can now have the proper form that has all the fields that we need to do what we want it to do. And same with product display here. So we're going to get into filling this out here in a moment. But we'll go ahead and leave the video off at this point where we basically covered what this philosophically is and conceptually why it's important and what's going on here. So yeah, this video in my mind kind of connects a lot of the work that we've been doing, because again, the fields on each of these forms, we had videos about that, the content types themselves, some of the fields inside here are taxonomy terms, which are in this section. So this is starting to bring a lot of stuff together, and in the next video we're going to talk about how to bring out the content we do add to it, namely the two that we've added, the hotel and lodging and this photo gallery, to actually show on this page somewhere, so it understands that it's part of this. That's a phrase called contextual awareness, and we'll be using it more. So if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe. If you've got any questions, comments, or feedback, please reach out. Otherwise, that will conclude this video. I'll see you on the next one.